I just came, so why am I doing it here? Yeah, okay, do it here. It's fine. Over there it's a tea mess. Right, I've got some cornichon, I've got some caper berries. I will lean down. I've got some olives and cheddar cheese. That's pretty good. And then I've got this. Bleu Dauphinois, which I know nothing about, but I picked it up and I thought, why not have a sniff? Rude. Okay, so it smells spunky. And somebody has to say it. The smell of brie, the smell of these cheeses, they smell spunky. And you all know I'm telling the truth. Don't act like you never thought about that before. Or if you did, then I don't know. It smells spunky. So can you get past that? That's always the question with these kinds of cheeses. And I have to be honest with you, everyone wants to sort of pretend and love like all of these like, you know, fancy, soft, stinky cheeses. But like, you know, I'm not, no, sometimes no. Sorry, sometimes no. But I'm you know, I get it. Mushroomy as well. It's got like portobello mushrooms. It smells like alive. And, you know, we are part of nature as well. So, you know, the scents are going to carry. And there's something there that is funkball, right? How am I doing this? Oh, I'm not... I feel like I need to do this properly. But, you know, I'm not gonna. Because you know the rule. But at least I'll do this. Is that right? Is that in focus, people? No, just take one more second to do it properly. Oh, see? That extra second meant that the camera nearly slid all over the place. Okay, here we go. We're doing it here. I'll stop that. I've got like weird crap on my... Okay. Here we go. Cut in the middle? I think we should. I wanted to cut in the middle. It's just more satisfying. We're going to do a reveal. You see it before me. Okay, so it's blue, but weirdly in a very symmetric way. How can it be so symmetrically blue? Like, how can the mold have been just... It's like it's been injected in certain places or something. I mean, you want it to have a bit more oomph to it, right? Now I'm going to cut it down across, because this is the problem, right? If I cut here, I don't get the mold. If I cut here, I get double mold. That's the problem. So you got to cut like that or something. Nah, man. Not feeling the practicality of this cheese at all. Practicality fail, but let's see. Wow. Journey from the cow's teat. If you can taste the tit, you know, you can taste the sort of, sorry, but I'm going to say it, like I can taste like the crusty nipple of the cow, you know, with the milk that's sort of dried up and become a bit cheesy. I know, gross, but like, this is what we're eating, people. Stop hiding from it. I enjoy it. This is like tasting life. And not dying, so you get to taste stuff. Oh my God, it's so creamy. Incredibly creamy. Luxury creamy. That spunkiness is nowhere near the taste. Nothing. And then the blue is like a little backup. The blue is this beautiful saltiness. Like a saltiness wrapped in leather. Ooh, crushed some tea. Ooh, camera falling. Mmm. And long lasting finish. Sticky. Carameled. And taste the farm. Sorry, I'm moving too much. Making you dizzy a bit. Wow. I like it. Criticisms. Ow. Is it punchy enough? And I like cheeses to be punchy. This is why one of my favorite cheeses in the world is the mighty cheddar cheese. And every US person out there that says that they know what cheddar cheese is because of the cheddar cheese that they've gotten there, and not because of cheddar cheese that they've, not that you can't get cheddar cheese there, but you know what I mean. It's a different naming protocol in America. Cheddar means something different for most Americans. Of course, you can get great cheddar there, I'm sure. But you know, the taste of cheddar, for me, it rivals any fine cheese. And this is not showcasing it, because this is just some whatever cheddar. A good cheddar with crystals that pop like Parmesan, and then this wonderful balance of acidity. Okay, do I have any cheddar? This is really good though, really good. Welcome to my cheese selection. I've got some Roquefort. I've got a crappy Parmesan, not crappy, but like a 30-month Parmesan. I've got a 60-month White Cow Parmesan. I have a 24 one, but it's only rind. I have a 40-month, I think it's 40-month. I have a 40-month red cow Parmesan. Ooh, and that's my favorite. But I've also got a 100-month Parmesan. So, plus I've got some farmhouse cheddar. This feels like we should move across to the table, but the table is genuinely covered with tea. So instead, we'll be setting up here, and we'll have a little caperberry. Ooh, convenient. Caperberries are really unsung, I think. I just think they're great. The way that they pop, the level of acidity, their squidginess. These are bad olives. I mean, not bad, but they're like, no, they're bad. No, whatever. Right, let's see if this cheddar is anything. Oh, I know, gherkin. This is the one I really wanted. You cannot beat a cornichon. You just can't. Amazing. If I had bread now, I'd be sunk, I'd be done, right? But thankfully I don't. All right, here we go. Let's try a bit of cheddar. I don't think this is not special cheddar, but it's probably better than that one. Better. Little crystals popping. Super savory. Like, almost like there's onion powder in it. So sort of savory, like the seasoning that you have on a burger. It's like intense. And then this sour Beautiful acidity. That's so similar to Parmesan comes out. All that sort of nitric stuff, I don't know. I wish I knew more about it. I've started to read the books, but I always kind of get a bit bored when it gets to the chemistry, but zing of those crystalline sourness. Okay, let's now quickly, because we might as well do the whole trilogy, we'll do a bit of a 60-month white. Cheers, everybody. No, what am I doing? Ain't no messing. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Ain't no messing. We got some proper balsamic. Really good one. I tasted a lot. All right, so let's take the 60-month, which is delicious, and let's give it the treatment. Hold it properly, Don. These little hits of balsamic. This is gonna be nuts. Oh my God. Because what it does is it takes all of the sour notes of the Parmesan and then dresses them in fruit. Oh my God. Amazing. Musky. Super sweet. Super sour. Not sour, but like this beautiful acidity. Intense, concentrated fruitiness. The cheese is good, but it's sort of similar to a non-aged or like a 30 or 45 month one in taste, but it's got more intensity. I'll talk to you about my feelings on Parmesan cheese soon. Let's move on to the red cow. Very, very different. There's going to be a forthcoming travel video of me sourcing Parmesan. So if you want to see that, I've already shot 11 hours of me in Italy. If you want to see that, then how do I do it? Because I don't have time to edit that. Here we go. Red. So much better. The red cows. Oh, carameled milk. I mean, umami, savory, sweet, tingly, sour, savory, and fruity and floral. Bang, banger. Did I even have it with balsamic? I don't even kind of want, yeah, I will. See how quickly I changed my mind. I don't think I ever want it yet. I will. This time, I'm going to put the balsamic tongue down. Wow. Like fireworks going off in your mouth. Wow. Angular. Elbows, man. The flavor's so concentrated. You put it in your mouth and you feel like, I've been sitting here for 100 bloody months, let me out. It's like, wow. Angular. Delicious, incredibly delicious. But I'm not the biggest fan of Parmesan cheese that's that was the red cow, yeah. See, I messed it up. You see that? I thought I was eating that one. Why did I do that? Did the balsamic change it? But I will still say the same criticism for this tea. I was going to save it until I'd eaten the 100. Let's eat the 100 first. It's kind of difficult to eat. This is what I was about to say. It's like so dry. So it's so dry that you no longer can discern the difference between the crystals and the cheese. And that textural difference is one of the greatest things about Parmesan. You don't want it, you want crystal development, but you want the cheese to still be soft enough. And in terms of flavor, for sure it intensifies, but you lose some of the fruits of a younger cheese. And let's go back to the one that I dismissed as some crappy. Okay, so this is, I don't know, it's real Parmesan. This is 30 month. It's not very good Parmesan. Not a good test. No, that wasn't good Parmesan. I was right to dismiss you, my friend. Those cows were sad. There were some sad cows, man. I'm sorry. My condolences. I'm, being a bit harsh probably. But there you go. And now all cheesed up. And that was me and some cheese. Bonus episode.